Hey, good evening. It's Pete from FigLife.com, and today I'm looking at a fig called Longhissimo. All right, good afternoon. This is Pete here from FigLife.com, and today I'm looking at a fig called Longhissimo. And this is my first time getting fruit off this fig. You can tell it kind of has a look similar to, or some of the same characteristics as Stella or Dalmatie. It's got kind of these finger-shaped leaves, and the fruit is a large green oblong sort of look to it. Looks like this one's pretty close to being ripe, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick that. It's got a little bit of a It was a little bit firmer at the top than it was at the bottom, so it may be that that it's not quite as ripe up top as it is at the bottom. I know I picked Leon's Montenegro the other day, and it had that same problem where it wasn't quite as ripe at the top as it was at the bottom. But we'll see when we pick this up, or when we cut this open. Let me get this bag off. All right, I cut this open, and sure enough, it's a little bit more ripe on the bottom than it is at the top, and you can even see some spoilage starting to occur down here at the very bottom. So if I'd left this on the tree, it would have just ended up kind of rotting towards the bottom, which is no good. But that's pretty typical of these large varieties. I mean, I was having the same sort of thing occur with Leon's Montenegro the other day, and I've actually been surprised at how well Dalmatie has evenly ripened all the way through. And maybe that's just something because Dalmatie is an older tree. Maybe that's just a quality that improves with age of the tree. I'm not really sure. But there should be some good stuff on this fig, so I'll just cut off the bad portions. All right, whoops. That's no good. I just dropped the face of this fig on the plate. Ugh, that's a bummer. Well, I got half a fig anyway. It's a big fig, so I didn't need the whole thing. All right. I'll just eat the half. And let me cut off this piece here that's just a little bit spoiled. I don't really like eating spoiled fig. All right. So I'm left with two good pieces here. So let me try this. This is my first fig off Longhissimo. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's not quite, the flavor's not quite as good as Leon's Montenegro was the other day. Leon's Montenegro, as I mentioned, was a little bit better ripened all the way up. This one, the top part is clearly a little bit underripe, and then the bottom portion is clearly a little bit overripe, so it just didn't ripen as well as evenly all the way through. And I can't really blame that on the shade or the sun, because the Leon's Montenegro was actually in a more shaded spot than this Longhissimo was. You know, it's kind of confusing that they both have the word Leo in them. Have you picked up on that? But anyway, and the flavor then is just not quite as good as the Leon's Montenegro was either. But again, you know, this may improve with age. But right now, well, you know what? Another difference, Leon's Montenegro is actually in its second year. Actually didn't get any fruit off of it in its first year. And this Longhissimo is in its first year. So that may be a factor as well. But you know, if you just throw aside the fact of the ages of the trees, this year, my best tasting fig of those different ones, which I have Dalmatie, I have Leon's Montenegro, and I have Longhissimo. And then actually I have another one. I have another one that I haven't done yet, and I want to spoil it. I'll get to that one later. But I have a fourth one. But amongst those first three that I've done, the Dalmatie, was definitely the best tasting, and but again, the oldest of the three. And then the Leo Longhissimo was clearly sorry, it's the Leo thing, it's screwing me up. The Leon's Montenegro was clearly number 2 in terms of flavor, and then the Leo Longhissimo bringing up the rear. But you know, it was still an okay tasting fig. It just wasn't well ripened all the way through, and as I mentioned, not as old. The tree in its first year, Leon's Montenegro second year, Stella Dalmatie third year. So there's probably a correlation there in terms of age and flavor, but unfortunately I don't have an exact apples to apples comparison to be able to make, because my trees are just different ages. But that's where I'm at right now. So this was Leo Longhissimo. Looks like a Stella Dalmatie type fig. It has a lot of those same characteristics, similarities. And I've got one more that I know of this year that is in this same category that I'll be reviewing hopefully within the next few days, because it's getting real close. I keep thinking it's getting real close, and this is one that I don't think many people have ever heard of or seen. So I'm really interested to try this fourth one that I have coming up. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe and check out my website, www.figlife.com.